So let me just pick up all the young women in the class, you know.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, man. I was just doing some research. I was supposed to do the presentation, you know, on Women's Day, and I was I came across well, I know of this person. She's a scientist. Her name is Marie Curie, and she was the first woman who got a degree in physics in Paris. You
Wow.
know, first woman to get a Nobel Prize. First first woman or scientist to have to get two Nobel Prizes. You
Wow.
know, and she discovered the science behind radioactivity, and
Uh-huh.
radioactivity has to do with X-rays. So when you go to the doctor and get an X-ray, it's because of Marie Curie, and
A very brilliant woman, eh?
yeah, man, and also because of cancer treatment, she responsible for that also. So you know, so you know, so big up all the future young ladies.
Yeah, man.
All right,
Definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. All right. So um, initially I had planned to continue what we're doing last week, but boy, I'm feeling a bit really tired today and a bit exhausted. So what I'm gonna do, we're just gonna do a few past paper questions, multiple choice. Are you guys hearing me clearly? Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. No, I don't have any video because oh boy, I do we have any new students today? Anybody joining for the first time?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. I must apologize about my video. I will try to sort out that next week. All right. All right. Well, I have to use another device to show the video. All right. So, all right. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pose some questions to you, and you know, you try to work it out, and then I'll ask participants to volunteer. All right. So quickly, number one. Let me give you 1 minute or a couple seconds because some of these questions are pretty simple. This is how we. All right, so I am trying to. Well, I know that Zoom has a raise hand feature. Oh, you can raise your hand too, right? Oh yeah. All right, so if you want to respond to question number one, use the raise hand feature, and once you raise it, and I'll identify you, and then you put your hand down back down. All right. So question number one. All right. So even though you raise your hand, I'm going to give everybody a few seconds to look at it. All right. So I know some person may be writing down the questions. You know, honestly, I think you should write on the question because a lot of person are screenshotting the thing, and then you have all these images all over the place. You know, but when you have it down in your book, to me, it's more tangible. All right. So any volunteers for number one?
B, sir.
All right. Ashley, I want you to use the raise hand feature because sometimes you're gonna have persons everybody talking, and it's gonna be confusing. All right. So once you use the raise hand feature, I will identify you, and then you'll accept the volunteer, and then you put back your hand down. All right. Okay. So Ashley saying, Ashley, are you there? Yes, go ahead for me, please. Question number 1.
B, sir.
Okay. B as in boy. Oh boy, I just realized, guess what now? I just realized this is not Zoom. Oh boy. Oh, hold on. I can still write on this. Okay. Okay. Are you guys seeing that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Okay. So Ashley, you're saying B.
Yes, sir.
All right. You want to explain how you get that?
Sir, you say you fee write it into 3 decimal places. And in the
Yes.
3rd decimal places, you have the 0. And beside the 0, there is a 6. It is more than 5. So you add a 1 to the 0.
Very good. All right. Let me just correct you. It's not really. It's not necessarily more than 5. It's greater than or equal to. So if this 6 was a 5, if that 6 was a 5, you'll still add 1 to the 0. So it's greater than or equal to 5. All right. So you're absolutely correct. Is everybody clear on this? All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Question number 2. Let me give you a minute or less.
Yes, sir.
Please remember that try to do these questions without using a calculator. And if you volunteer, please prepare to explain exactly how you get your answer. All right. Any volunteers? All right. So remember to use the raise hand feature. Sorry to be doing this. What happened if you use the raise hand feature? I can't see it from this side, so I have to keep on clicking. All right. Nobody? I'm not seeing any hand going up. All right. So do you want me to work this out for you?
Sir D.
Hold on. I can you? Okay. Okay, Miss Daly. All right. Okay. Okay, you're saying it's D? All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead for me and explain.
Sir, 0.12. So it have 2 decimal places. So to remove the decimal point in 0.12, you're going to multiply it with 100. So you say 0.12 times 100 equal 12. Then you're going to say, no.
Okay, I think what happens is that you're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 100. I think that's what you want to say. So you'll
Yes.
end up with 12 over 100.
Yes, sir.
All right. So basically, what she's saying that in order for us to convert 0.1 to a whole number, we have to multiply it by 100. All right. So because 100 have 20, it's the point gonna go 2 places to the right, which it turns to a whole number. But if you multiply the top, if you multiply it by 100, you have to multiply the bottom by 100. So you end up with 12 or 100. Or some persons might reason it out like this. Some other schools, wherever you have the point, you put a 1, and depending on how many digits we have here, so you put zeros. All right. All right. So now that we have 12 over 100, continue. How would you reduce that? What factors would you use? Daily?
Yes, sir.
You continue. You want to? You can. Are you through?
No, sir. So you can simplify 12 over 100 by dividing the numerator and the denominator with 4.
All right. So 4 to 12 goes 3,
3. Yes,
and
sir.
4 into 100 goes 25. All right. So
Yes, sir.
you're absolutely correct. Any questions about this?
No, sir.
All right. So I'm not necessarily going to go through from 1 in that chronological order. I might just skip through a few. Look at number 8.
Sir, I would say
Same.
Hold on there. Daly, can you put on your hand for me, please? All right. Remember that if you need to participate, you have to use your raise hand feature. What happened? I'm trying to avoid a lot of persons bombarding the system. All right. So just use your raise hand feature. Okay, Shanalda, go ahead for me, please.
sir, I would say the answer is A.
Answer is A. All right. Go ahead for me. Explain.
Sir, because you would have like 10 to the second power 10 square, sir, is 10 times 10. And 10 times 10 is 100. So you're going to say 3 times 100 is 300 plus 1, which is 301.
All right. So you're basically going to multiply that first, right? So you get 300. You're absolutely correct. All right. So in other words, these two will correspond. 301 will correspond to this. So the rest won't work. You'll get some different values. All right. Anybody have any questions?
No, sir.
All right. Boy, look like them are too easy, you know. Hold on. Me find some hard question. No, I'm just joking. Just joking. All right, look at number 10. What do you notice about some multiple choice questions? It's like they pose a question and you have to work on the question to get an answer. But some multiple choice questions you have to work on the answer to get back the what? The question. All right, so let me give you 60 seconds to look at that. So remember, no calculators. Well, I know I can't see you, but you know what teachers are, right? We can actually see you, you know. All right, so if you know the answer and you can explain clearly, all right. So go ahead for me, please. Any volunteers? Any takers? All right. All right. Anybody use a calculator and get the answer? All right. Okay, Jody. Yes, Miss Williams, you can go ahead. All right. So I don't know. I'm not Jody Ann? Okay. Our hand is up,
Yes,
but
sir.
okay. Your hand is up. You wanna
Yes, sir. The answer is D.
okay, so you're saying the answer is D. That's what you get. All right. You wanna explain to us? What did you do?
Sir, first I multiply 49 times 17,
Mm-hmm.
and then I
What by the way,
multiply.
49 times 3? Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, sir. And then I add those two answers, sir.
What did you get?
980.
Okay. And then what did you work out A to
Yes,
see if
sir.
it
I work out.
to see if it matched that?
Yes, sir.
Apparently it didn't match it, so I'm guessing that neither does B. All right. You're absolutely correct, you know. All right. So thank you so much. Do we have anybody with another approach for this question here? Anybody use another approach? There is another way to figure out this question. I mean, Jordan, what he did was okay, you know. But you'd admit that in an exam and exam conditions, doing this
Sir,
without a calculator. Yeah, yes, go ahead. Who is this I'm speaking to?
Selena, sir, Shanalda says she don't understand if you could explain.
Okay, okay. Basically what she did was multiply 49 times 17, and then she multiplied 3 times 49, and then you add those two. Hold on a man. I'm just checking something here. Okay, so you multiply 49 times 17 and 49 times 3. Add those two values and you get 980. And then you work out A, B, C, and D, and you check to find out which one of those match the 980. So 49 times 20 actually gives you what? 980. So this is the answer. All right, Chanel, are you following?
Yes, sir. I understand.
All right, but you notice, I mean, that method that Jodian showed us, you know, it nothing is wrong with it, you know, but it's the intended approach the examiners want us to use was actually the distributive law. All right, anybody know what the distributive law is? Anybody remembers? All right, it's n time. All right, let me check. N time them say you must remove brackets. That is called the what? The distributive law. So for example, a bracket x plus y, we're going to use the distributive law. So the ability to multiply a times x, which is what? Ax, and a times y, which is ay. That ability to do that is because of a law called the distributive law. So the distributive law is basically removing brackets. All right. Let us look at let us call 49A. All right, and let's call 17B. Let us call 49A. Let us call 3C. All right, and that's a plus, right? What's what I'm doing? What's A
Yes.
times B?
AB,
AB. What's A times C?
AC,
AC. All right. Now, what is common here, so?
A.
A. So if I factorize out A, if I take out A, what left back would have been what?
B plus C,
B
B plus C.
plus C.
All right. Can somebody tell me what sign is between the A and this bracket?
Multiply.
Right. So what is now? So it will be, we say A was what? 49, not true?
Yes, sir.
It's 49 multiplied by B. What was B? 17.
17.
And what was C?
3.
3. What is 17 plus 3?
20.
20. So really and truly,
Oh,
all of this is really 49 times what? Times 20. All right. So that's that's the approach the examiners want you to use. But it's a multiple choice, so if you did the other way, it wouldn't be incorrect. All right. But as you can see, this is a faster way of getting the answer, not true?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah, because look at it. You have to multiply 49 times 17 without a calculator. 49 times 3 without a calculator. Then add those two values. Then work out A. Then work out B. Then work out C. Then work out D. All right. All right. So. All right. So tell me when you have that. All right, so I'm going to move on. All right, is there anybody writing this off?
Yes, sir. I'm still finished.
All right.
Sir, she says she's finished.
All right. I'm trying to find out if there's a clear button for this thing, but I have. Look at 5. Or any takers for this one? There are 40 students in a class. Girls make up 60% of the class. 25% of the girls wear glasses. How many girls in the class wear glasses? Okay, yes, Miss Harty. Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. The answer is A.
All right, you want to explain?
Okay, so first I find 60% of the girls in the class is equal to 24 because I find 60% of 40,
Mm-hmm.
which is 24.
All right.
And
So,
then
hold on. So what you could probably do is those two cancel out. That will cancel out, and that will cancel out. The 6 4 is 24.
yes, sir.
So essentially, of the 40 students in the class, when it's a 60% are girls, that means you have 24 girls, don't you?
Yes, sir.
So if you want to know how many boys are in the class, you subtract the 24 from the what?
40.
From the 40. All right.
And then I find 25% of the 20. I find 25% of 24, sir. Of
Okay,
the
so that's
amount.
good. Yes, very good. So that's 25%, which is 25 over 100,
Yes, sir. Times 20.
multiplied by 24,
Yes, sir.
which is the girls.
Yes, sir.
And 25 is actually a quarter, not true?
Yes,
25% is a quarter.
sir.
4 to 4 goes 1. 4 to 24 goes 6. All right. So I'm just trying to speed up the process. I don't need to cut into your explanation.
No, that's fine, sir.
All right. Okay, so the answer is 6. Any questions? Any
No,
any
sir.
concern? Any concerns? Okay. All right. So I have in the initial stage, I would have asked if you have any new students. All right. So can you indicate new students? Masarati, you can put down your hand for me, please. All right. So new students, can you just identify yourself and tell us which school are you from, or which community are you representing, or which institution you're representing? Just quickly for me, please. Let me just give an idea of the geographical spans we have.
Hello everyone, my name is Ty Burton and I'm from PB High School.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Burton. Welcome.
All right, so good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tyler Wright, and I'm from the Herbert Morrison Technical High.
All right. Okay. Welcome, Mr. Wright. Right in the city of Montego Bay. All right. Anybody else?
Hello, everyone. I'm Jodian Williams, and I'm attending an evening class from the Heart Program.
Okay. Good. All right. Yes, Ms. Williams. Welcome. All right. I'm going to take this off now. All right, look at number 3 quickly. 60 seconds. No calculators. Question number 3. Okay. Yes, Selena. Go ahead
So
for
the
me.
answer is C.
All right. You want to explain?
Okay, sir. So 17 to the power of 2 is 17 times 17, which is 289, and 15 times 15 is 225. Sir, and that thing over the top, sir,
It's called
actually, what's it called?
square root.
Yeah, the square root, sir. So I square rooted for the answer. So I'm going to take away the 289 from the 289, 25, and then I'm going to get 64, and I square root it, and I got 8.
Very good. Any questions about this? Is there anybody in the class know of another approach you could use to answer this question? There's another approach to this question here. All right, so you have this formula. The formula is a squared minus b squared. Now, a squared minus b squared is a minus b multiplied by a plus b. All right, so if you remember factorizing difference of two squares, it's something similar like that. All right, but what you notice, look at this 17 square minus 15 square. It will be almost similar to what? A square minus b square. Would you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, look at it. A square minus b square and 17 square minus b square. So if you have 17 square minus b square, it is you can write it as 17 minus 15,
And then you just square.
and then 17 plus 15. You see that? So what is 15 from 17? 2. What's 17 plus 15?
32.
32. And these two brackets, what sign is between these two brackets here?
Time.
Right. And what's 2 times 32?
64.
What you notice? It's the same thing, not true?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is another approach you could take. As a matter of fact, this is actually easier. Because if these numbers were actually bigger numbers, and you use a calculator, you might find a little challenge.
So what I did is that I subtracted the 15 from the 17 and then just squared the number.
Oh.
So it would just give me the 15 from the 17, would just leave me the 2 and then I just squared the number.
Hold on a man. But all right, 15 from you saying subtract 15 from 17?
Yes, sir.
All right, so 15 from 17 will give you 2.
And then I squared that.
But 2 square is not 8, 2 square is 4. All right, so I don't think that approach would work. All right, and there's no 4 up here, so that wouldn't be the answer. All right, but thank you for your input though. All right, any questions? Can I erase this thing here? Okay. Well, this is not really an eraser. It's actually a marker. I don't even know if this thing about eraser. Whoops. Weird. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna leave this. I know what to do to figure it out. All right. Let's look at 36. To answer this question, you need to recognize that 1,000 milliliter gives us 1 liter. All right, so 60 seconds, look at it and tell me what you think the answer is. I'm going to step away from the computer for a minute. All right, so I'm back. Okay, yes, Chanel, go ahead, fam.
Okay, sir. So I said 50 guests each had 2 glasses, right? So you're going to multiply the 50 by 2. So in all, they're going to have 100 glasses. And each glass...
Hold on, Chanel. Why did you multiply by 2?
Sorry, because it said 50 guests each had 2 glasses. So one person had 2 glasses.
Okay, all right, cool.
So you're going to multiply the 50 by 2, which is 100 glasses. And then you're going to say each glass had 150 milliliters. So you're going to say 100 times 150, which is 15,000. And as before you said, sir, 1,000 milliliter is 1 liter. So you're going to say 15,000 milliliters now, sir, is 15 liters. So the answer is C.
You're absolutely correct. All right. Are you guys follow? Are you clear on this question here?
Yes, sir.
Miss Burton, your hand is up. Oh, you wanted to try the question? Or you have a question?
Sir.
Okay. All right. Chanel, the hand went up first, yeah? So maybe next time, yeah?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, man. But thanks for participating, though. All right. So you see how much is very important, guys. It teaches how to be business savvy, because you could be a caterer, you could be hosting up an event, and you need to calculate what, how much drinks you must make for your guests. Not true? When you're doing catering for, let's say, like 1,000 persons, it's a lot of planning, lots of calculation, and you have to calculate because you don't want to waste anything, not true? Because you have to order meat, drinks. You have to hire people. You don't want to hire more persons. Or you don't want to hire less person than that's required, you know, and you want to make a money out of it. So mathematics is very powerful. It's very real, and we use it every day. It's just that sometimes one of the reasons I think some persons are turned off from math is that some topics seems abstract, like the algebra and the geometry and all them something. But let me tell you something. Everything that we use in math have a use. It's just that we're here in Jamaica as a developing state, you know, and if you go overseas, you know, and you start to learn certain things, you realize almost everything that we learn in math is a job for it. Yes, I'm serious. All right. So I'm just gonna just randomly select some questions. Let's look at 19. All right. So I'm going to give you 60 seconds. So remember the procedure. Just use the raise hand feature. And all right, Miss Burton, let us just wait for 60 seconds and then oh, Miss Burton, did you just put your hand up or was it up all the while for this question? Okay. Boy, if you were in class, you know, and you have your hand up so long, you're strong, you know. Miss Burton.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man. Yeah, you have to use the other hand to hold up the other hand, not true? Anybody can relate to that? All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anybody for this one? What are your thoughts? It's a loan. All right. So you take out someone, you borrow 8 grand from somebody, and you're supposed to pay it back in 2 years. And every month you make a payment of $400. What is the percentage interest on the loan? All right. So any takers for this one? Give me a second, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. All right. Where was I? Okay. Yeah, Shanala, go ahead for me, please.
Okay, sir. So it said that $8,000 was paid back in the 2 years, and it paid $400 monthly. So now you would have to figure out how many months for the 2 years. So we already know that 12 months is a year. So you're going to times that by 2, and you get 24.
Okay.
So you're going to say now 24 times the $400, and that will be 9,600.
So 24. So what are you working out exactly when you say 24 times 400?
The amount of money they paid during the 2 years, sir.
Okay, very good. You're right. Which is how much?
9,600.
Very good. So basically in the 2 year, so you borrow 8 grand, and you're asked to do this 2 year payment, and in the 2 years you'd have paid 9,600. Very good. So go ahead for me. Continue.
Okay, sir. Now, so you're going to subtract the $8,000 from the 9,600 in order to find out the interest.
Very good. Very good. So we subtract the 8 grand from the 9,600 to find out the interest, and that interest is what?
$1,600.
1,600. Question: who gets this money? Who gets the 1,600? Is it the man or the bank?
Sir, the bank.
The bank. Because why? Because what? He's taking out a loan.
A loan, yes, sir.
Right. So the bank basically charges the man or woman for their money. So this is the interest. All right. Continue for me.
Okay, sir. So now, in order to figure out the percentage, you're going to say 1,600 times the original loan, sir, which is $8,000 divided by 100.
Come again.
Sir, you're going to say 1,600 times 8,000 divided by 100.
No, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that. Let me offer another way. So because when you do that, I don't get 20. You're not going to get 20 if you do that. Because if you multiply 1,600 times 8,000 divided by 100, you get 128,000. All right. All right. Question: how do you find percentage of anything? If you do a maths test and you get 6 out of 10 in the maths test, what does teacher do?
Times 100, sir.
Right, you times it by 100. Channel, do you want to say something?
Sir, I was just
All right,
So I
so
was
maybe
just realizing that I made a mistake. That's why it was
right.
actually 1,600 divided by 8,000 times 100.
Right. Very good. So you divide it by 8,000 and you times it by 100. Right.
Yes,
And then you'll get 20%.
20%.
All right. So those two just drop off. All right, and 2 times 10 will give us 20. All right, so we're going to end our session in the next 10 minutes. All right. All right. Any of you guys have any questions? so far?
No,
Any
sir.
concern? All right. Oh boy, this look messy. I seriously need to find out if there's an eraser on this thing here. No, I don't see an eraser. No. But I'm sure there should be an eraser. All right, so I'm sorry about that. All right, let's look at question 21. It's a question about insurance. All right, guys, so unfortunately, we have to end our session now. All right. I must apologize about it. What I'll do is I will post this.
If you want, you can continue and leave the session running if you want.
Okay, so all right, so I just basically just leave, right?
Right. As soon as you're finished, you just hang up.
And you know what I noticed, Mr. Green? When I look at some of the videos, sometimes it's just on the YouTube channel. Sometimes it left running for a long period of time. So
yeah, at the end.
Yeah, man. So whenever you are uploading it, just check to see if that when we're finished, it's actually finished, or you just cut it from there.
Yeah, I'll have to do that.
Yeah, because that will be a lot of space.
I tell you what, I think it's the first one.
Yeah, it's the first one, right?
I just ended it. I didn't realize that once it ended, it's not like Zoom when you end it where the recording ends. You have to actually end the recording in the session too.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
that's all right, man. Thanks, though.
All right, cool, no problem. All right, so I'm gonna finish up still, so
Okay, all right.
So
cool.
if you're gonna leave now, you can probably just say if you want to say anything to the students before.
No, man. Just ensure that you guys complete the registration, and again, thanks for being here. Hope it has been helpful to you guys. And if you need any clarification or anything, the WhatsApp group is there. All right. So have a good evening, guys, and thanks again, Mr. Stevens.
Yeah, man, no problem. All right. So Mr. Green has to leave physically, but I thought I had to end the program also. But let us look at this question. But this question will take us out of the session.